Hey, welcome to the 50k sub special, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for subscribing, watching the videos, liking, all that good stuff. And, yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody. No, sincerely, thank you all so much for this. And I think this is the first time I've been on camera since, last year sometime. Future me, put it somewhere here, or what do you see? Do you see much of a difference? I feel like there's just a bit of a difference, just a little bit. And you know, because it's a 50,000 subscriber special, I've dressed up, trying to look a bit dapper for the celebration. And you know what that means? It means that we're also getting the 50,000 subscriber special Iceberg! Oh yes, this is what I've been waiting to do for so long now, and as you can see, we've got a lot to cover, from top to bottom. You know how it goes, but in case you don't, everything from the top, everything in the Iceberg is... Oh my god, I've been doing this for years and I don't even know how to say it. Everything on the iceberg, from the top to the bottom, is listed with information. And information from the top is more known knowledge, you know, stuff that a lot of people would know more of, that's more surface level. And then as we keep going down and down and down, there's stuff on here that's less knowledgeable, that not a lot of people know, that might be a bit spookier as the trend goes. Are you excited? Because I'm freaking excited. Alright, so should we just start it? Should we just start it? Should we just freaking start it? I don't know. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit giddy. I don't know, this is cool. I haven't used my camera in this sort of setup. I put some effort into it. As you can tell, you got the goober over here himself, crushing it into my face. You got some balloons. You know, it's a party, it's a celebration. 50,000 subscribers. I don't know what those are though. I thought they looked like sunflowers, so I put them up there. Actually, you know what? Speaking of sunflowers, that's the first entry on the iceberg, so we may as well get started with layer 1. Now, sunflower, that is me. Hi, I am Sunflower. Maybe I should have introduced myself at the start of the video, huh? But you already knew it was me, you already knew that. So what is Sunflower? What is the man behind the persona? I've said it a few times in my videos, but my name's Ilias, I am Sunflower, and you know, this is my channel, this is what I do. I make content, God damn it. No shit, I make content, man. As you've been following the channel, you'll have seen that I've done many sorts of content and stuff like that. I'll talk about that in a bit. But where does the name come from? Where does Sunflower come from? Well. This little guy, little sunflower over here from Plants vs. Zombies. When I was probably 10 or so, I was addicted to this game. I thought it was the greatest thing, or one of the greatest games I've ever played in my entire life. I still think it is. It is just so much fun, and I love the little sunflowers. I thought they were so freaking cute. I mean, they are, the way they bop and the way they shoot out sun, and then the end credits scene, oh, it's just so good. And I guess that's where the name came from. It was, well, when I first started using the name, it was on Xbox 360, well, Xbox Live, basically. I had one of those pre-generated names or whatever, and I thought, oh, this kind of stinks, whatever, I don't want this one. So then I decided, oh, you get a free name change, so I thought, perfect. I'm gonna make my own name because this generator one sucks. So then obviously, like any smart person would do, I just auto-generated a new name and it came up as Sunflower. Coincidentally, well, just rolled with that. Well, it was Sunflower 41. That's where the name came from, Sunflower 41, and then on YouTube I made it Sunflower 41 XD, which I now abbreviated to Sunflower. Well, I don't think it's an abbreviation. If you look at my on YouTube, you'll see that it's still Sunflower 41 XD. I'm pretty sure because Sunflower was taken, so I thought, legacy, right? For all the, how many people? 50 people that would have known about this? So, well, now there's so many of you that know about it, so there we go. That's the name. Alright, now let's look at the channel. The channel itself, made in, oh, what's the date? No, I know this. July 20th, 2012. I made it, and I remember being inspired by a friend who was also doing YouTube stuff, and I thought, this looks fun. And watching other people on YouTube do that as well, I thought, yeah, I could do this creatively. I think I got what it takes. And what did I do? Pocket planes, hints, and tips. I will get into that very shortly, don't you worry. But for now, you know, I had a bunch of bunch of old videos. These they were something. They were videos. They were videos. I'm speechless on on this sort of stuff. It's just an assortment of, I pretty much made whatever I wanted to make. Seeing what, what's stuck to the wall. Clearly, Pocket Planes did or didn't, I don't know. I made a bunch of, I think I was trying to follow the Call of Duty train for a bit, tried making videos like that. I remember the process for that was terrible. I didn't have a capture card, so instead of recording with like a camera and placing it and stuff like that, what I would do is even stupider. Is that a word? I hope so. And I would upload 2 minutes of a Call of Duty game to YouTube. That was one of the features I had back then. Upload it, quickly private it, download it, and then edit it. So I would get like 4 or 6 minutes worth of stuff and then just put it all together. I think it was usually 4 minutes worth of stuff. Not gonna lie, that was those videos were a bit abysmal, if I do say so myself.
Hi my sunflowers, this is Sunflower41XT, and today I'll be talking about my new, Black Ops 2 series I'm going to create.
It's the thing, like, I'm sure a lot of you who are watching right now who have done some stuff on YouTube, you've done stuff when you were younger and you think, what the hell was I doing? That's pretty much exactly what I had, or what I did. And you know what, it's a great learning experience, because back then, at least I knew from doing all that, like, okay, I have an interest in this. And then that interest was picked up later, as I'll talk about later. I just realized something. I feel like I'm not dripped out enough. Hold up. Alright, anyway, the next entry we have here is Iceberg charts. Now, if you've been watching me for a bit, maybe a good 2, almost 3 years, you'll know that I first gained a bunch of my subscriber base and fan base through Iceberg charts. Now, what is an iceberg chart? I already explained that, so rewind if you need to. I can't do that again. So what happened was, I was just, at this point in making YouTube videos, for a good year or so, I was just making whatever I wanted. It was basically gameplay stuff. I was really, I was pretty much inspired by content creators such as Indeimaus. He makes gameplay videos, and I thought, oh, you know what? That looks fun. I enjoy watching stuff like this. I should give that a crack. So I was doing a lot of that, just throwing whatever at the wall, seeing what stuck. I don't know if anything really stuck, but it got views, some views for my subscriber base, and like from what I had and whatnot, I'd say it was a pretty good, like I said, it was small but good. I enjoyed it, right? Well, one day I was on YouTube and I saw the infamous Mishko's Iceberg video on Mario 64, and I thought, what the hell is that Wario head doing here? So obviously I had to watch it, and because I grew up playing Mario 64, I love that game, so I thought, this is it, this looks awesome, let's watch it. And I did, and my mind was blown. Like, I grew up on the internet when, during the period of creepypastas and, iFunny and 9gag and, what the stupid Rage comics, Jesus Christ, that crap. And, I don't know, I just saw this and I thought creepypastas, right? Like, it was so similar, and I thought I haven't seen something like this in ages. Like, I thought the internet moved past creepypastas, or at least big established ones. But this sort of just reminded me of all of that, and I thought, I feel like I could make a video on this, and I sure did. I remember it was a day after the video was uploaded, it got like 100 views, and I remember thinking like, 100 views! I was so happy. I thought, holy moly, this video that I took maybe a good 3 weeks, 4 weeks to make, it got 100 views, and I thought, oh my god, that's incredible. Wow. And then it just kept going, and like every day it was like a couple more thousand, go. And I was a happy boy. I thought, I need to capitalize on this. So then I made a video on a small indie game called Other Side, really capitalizing on it. So then, I thought, okay, what's next? What can I do? We've got people making iceberg charts. What's next? What can I do? Zelda. And there we go. Made the Zelda iceberg video. And that was a a doozy, to say the least. Really put a lot of effort in there when it came to, I guess the visual department, I would say. I got my friends Harru and KyberQ to draw up some stuff for Valley of the Flood, which I'll get to that in a bit. And then obviously with I had a bunch of Gmod stuff, and my friend Nick, who you've probably seen from my SMG4 Iceberg video, he helped me co-host that. Yeah, the rest is history. I mean, just Iceberg video after Iceberg video. Just continued it because I thought, well, if my channel's known for this and I like making this stuff, why not do it? And now you're probably wondering, where are the Iceberg charts? It's been almost a year, or probably a year now, since the last one. I'll talk about that very soon. But for now, let's talk about horror content. Now, I love horror. Horror is something, you know, a genre that I watch it and I just go, oh, I can't go wrong with this. Except for jump scares. Man, I really like horror content. Only recently have I started to make more of it with my analog horror series of videos, which I really like making. I really like dissecting videos and looking for hidden meanings, you know, like looking at things frame by frame and stuff like that. I think it's really fun. And obviously, I have delved into horror content every now and again on my channel. For example, I think the do not search this video on my channel is a good example of that. That was quite the rabbit hole. That was fun to make though. Would you count the Tax Doctor as a horror video? I mean, maybe. I would count it. It's the Tax Doctor. I mean, look at this guy. I wouldn't trust him. And so basically, horror is a big genre on YouTube, is what I'm trying to get at. And if I'm gonna make horror content, I have to do something I'll do it my own way, so then people go, okay, this is this guy's video, or this is what this guy's doing, right? So I thought, I still love video games, and I still like talking about them a lot, right? So I thought, why not combine the two? And then I remember watching Germ's Splatoon analog horror series, the Grizz tapes, right? And I thought, I can analyze the hell out of this. There is a lot to analyze. And so I did. And that was like the start of, okay, I can definitely do something like this. Still trying to throw some stuff at the, I'll talk about this more, what the hell am I doing, man? I'll talk about more of the throwing something at the wall and seeing if it sticks in a bit. But basically I thought, okay, this could stick. But I'm gonna try a few more things, see how they go. And, well, they sure went. And then, just, you know, kept riding the analog horror train, and here we are. So yeah, that's my thing on horror content. I think I could branch out a bit more. See, maybe throw some more, you know, stuff at the wall, know what I'm saying? Speaking of throwing stuff at the wall, my varied content. That's what I mean by throwing stuff at the wall. At first, when I wasn't making Iceberg videos, like I said, I was just making whatever I wanted. Gameplay videos, all that stuff, and I thought it was really fun, right? And then Iceberg videos started to take off, so basically kept on riding that train because I thought, well, I like making this stuff and it's getting me views, so why wouldn't I make it, right? And then a bit of interest dropped off on Iceberg videos. Don't get me wrong, I still like making them, but, you know, you do a big project, like an Iceberg video, and it's like, okay, on to the next one. Okay, same thing again. It gets a bit, I guess the only way I can describe it is maybe stale. Not so much a negative thing. Like I said, still love making them, but needed to do something else. So what I did was I had a part-time or a casual job at a grocery store. And what I did was I quit that job and said, no, I'm going to put all my attention into YouTube, you know, see if I can take it off even more. And over the past year is it's just what I've been doing. And at first I thought I needed to take some creative risks. And so I, you know, video analysis videos, video essay videos, just throwing them out there, talking about what I think I would enjoy, what other people would enjoy. And I think I jumped on that train of like, oh, modern video game, bad. Jumped on that sort of trend, which, don't get me wrong, guys, modern video game, bad. And, you know, jumped on that trend for a bit, but then I sort of came to the realization when a lot of people were pointing it out is, no, modern video game, not bad. Modern AAA video game, bad. And it's like, oh, of course. I just stopped talking about that too much. I was more or less just like, I'm gonna make this video. I like the topic. I need to double check to see if this is gonna stick. And it didn't really. So, stuck to what was sticking, which was obviously Iceberg still stick, and then the horror, analog horror. Bum boom. And you know, speaking of content that could have stuck, I often think about what would have happened if certain types of videos stuck. Like, what if Call of Duty videos stuck for me? Well, when I was a kid at least. And what if, I remember making a Mortal Kombat video 3 years ago, and that got a considerable amount of views for my channel size at the start. And then YouTube killed it with, oh, you know, this is too violent, 18 plus. I wonder where that would have gone. Maybe I would have been a Mortal Kombat meme video creator. I don't know. It's interesting to think about. It's just like one video that could have really skyrocketed instead of another, and you think, oh, where could that have taken me? And that's been layer 1. That was a big layer. There's a lot to talk about. I didn't even realize. This is good. We got the ball rolling, and now we'll be moving on to a layer 2. Now let's talk about old streams. Now, I used to stream a lot. A couple years ago when I was first gaining some YouTube views, and yeah, it was just really fun. I just streamed whatever I wanted to, really. At first it was a lot of like Mario 64, because obviously Mario 64 Iceberg, but then it, you know, other stuff. I remember doing a lot of Persona 4. There's a massive archive of streams as well. I kind of feel like I should make a playlist for it and just chuck it onto my YouTube channel somewhere, which by the time this video comes out, I'll do that. You can also see a small archive in my Discord server. Speaking of streaming, addicted. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's this crazy guy talking about? Well, basically, I was streaming once, and my friend, little cheeky bugger, decided to just punk me on stream. Just completely punk me. I have never recovered. He made. I'll play the clip. What hit me in the face last night? Addicted. What? Keep doing it. Now, wasn't that a bit of a ha-ha? But we'll be moving on now to editing errors. Pretty XD if I do so say myself. Basically, when, before making Iceberg videos, I didn't really have any editing videos. Nothing I can think of. Everything was just there, like done, like that was it, right? Well, when you start putting a lot of text on screen and making sure, okay, this thing has to be specifically here and all this other stuff like specific to entries and stuff like that, you got a lot of text, you're working with a lot of things, and things can get a bit messy, right? So then errors are naturally going to occur. And I remember, I think it started at Super Mario 64's Iceberg video, which I think I screwed up one of the entries. I said one thing and then put text on the screen that said something else. I've done that a few times in other videos as well. I think those are the biggest things for the most part. There's like one other big thing, which is like information errors. Sometimes, you know, you're researching, you've been doing it for a while, maybe you're a bit tired, maybe you're a bit, you know, like, just come on, let's do this, let's get this going. You're not really thinking, you're just working, thinking you're doing something right, when in reality, you do an information error. And these are, I say they're probably worse than some sort of editing error, because then you're telling people, hey, this is what this is, when in reality, it isn't. And I think I'm starting to see that slowly pop up as I'm doing more of the analog horror videos. Every now and again, I won't get something completely wrong or anything like that, but I'll definitely miss something. And then someone in the comment section will say, hey, did you notice this? And then I sit there and go, how did I miss that? Basically. So I've been very cautious not to miss something like that. I am looking at a new video game analog horror series at the moment, and I'm legit just like frame by frame, just going through a lot of things, because there's a lot of content in it that you'll miss it if you miss like one frame of just looking at what's on screen, basically. You'll miss something very small, like a key detail. One thing I could even mention is scripting errors. For example, one of my previous analog horror Mario videos, but the Ultra 64, I made the comparison that MK Ultra 64, and with all the weird psychological things happening in Mario 64 that people theorize on, I thought, okay, this is a cool connection I can make. You know, it's just like a one-off thing, but I realized the way I worded it made it sound like I thought that the Nintendo 64 was going to be called the Ultra 64 because of MK Ultra. Combine that with the use of the term Nintendo Ultra 64 and it paints a picture. The name sounds similar to Project MK Ultra, the illegal experimentation program undertaken by the CIA in 1953 through to 1973. The aim was to identify psychological procedures and drugs that could weaken people and force confessions. At first, when a few people commented that, I thought, Like, no, I don't see it. But then I read over the script, listened to it, and listened to my video again and thought, yeah, no, that does sound like that. It's only when someone points that out do you realize, right? And then there's a few audio mishaps here and there that I have. I remember for one video, this is like the only one I can really think of, but I know I've done more, where I had a brass sound effect or something play at a random interval in the video, and I heard people comment saying like, there's just a brass sound effect here, or some sound effect like that, and I thought, what was I doing? Was I just that tired? Or something like that, where I just added a brass sound effect for no reason at all. I watched back over the video and thought, that kind of works here, like it's pretty hidden, but...
Nintendo 64やっぱり最初のゲームは世界的スターのマリオだ。
取った後滑り台になってますんで滑り始めます。
XD, man. But enough of that. We're gonna have to move on now to Gilbert. I'll see if he's home. Hold on. There he is. Now, what is Gilbert? Who is Gilbert? This little fella over here, he's the person I credit as my producer every time, well, I make like some sort of big video with credits and stuff like that. Because you know what? He is my producer. But I know what you're wondering. How do they come to meet someone like this? Gilbert is basically the Mario image that I used a bunch in the Super Mario 64 Iceberg video. Now, at this point, a lot of stuff has come from this video. Like a lot of big changes to everything has come from Super Mario 64 Iceberg, right? So at this point, it's sort of like my transition from... yeah, okay. It's sort of my transition from BC to AD, you know? Before Mario 64 Iceberg to after Mario 64 Iceberg. But I use this image a lot, and I paired it with the Lavender Town theme, you know, the boop, 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 boop. You know, that theme, right? Paired it with that because I thought it was, ooh, spooky. And in hindsight, may have overused it a little bit. I don't really blame people for thinking it was a bit annoying. I thought it was funny. I still think it is, like, just funny to see. But, you know what? To each their own. And basically, I stuck with it. I just, I asked, like, I think I asked either on YouTube or Discord, I said, what should the name of this be? Pretty sure it was YouTube. Put up a little thing and someone saw an image of it where it was just that little fella, and it just said, Gilbert. I think I remember the name. It was like Rat Gaming 101. Shoutouts to Rat Gaming 101. And then that's how he stuck. I thought, need a little mascot. There he is, right there. Little fella. I can, you do that little cute interaction. You know the type. You have an interaction with not a human, but a character that's on your channel. That's what Gilbert is. But he's more than that now. He's like family to me. You know, he's like the I don't know, the really fucked up stepbrother or something I never had. I don't know who. Okay, maybe that's a little harsh for this little guy over here, but no, I love him. He's been there. He's been on this channel for a bit, and I've slowly stopped really using him as much because I think it's sort of I don't know. As much as I like having a little character that you have on the channel, I think it's. I don't know, I don't really know if it's my style. I've tried that before. If you've watched some of my older videos, I'll get to him very soon. But I did have a character as well, and that was, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. But Gilbert, that's his origins, and then, yeah, it just stick him as a producer. I remember seeing a few content creators that whenever they play, like, a game or make a video, they'll have, like, a credit sequence at the start. And I thought that was pretty cool, right? I thought that's... Like, if you're gonna make a big video, you can make it seem like a movie, right? Just put a credit sequence. So then I started crediting Gilbert as a producer, and then, slowly shifted from not really doing that, so he stopped appearing, but, just know he's there. He always is. He's always watching. He's always right behind me. But anyway, he's gone now. See ya, buddy. Now, we're gonna talk about the community. First of all, I think you're all marvelous. I think you're fantastic. This is a community that I should think, I'm just, I don't know, I'm kind of speechless for words. It's quite a unique phenomenon or experience when you just have a bunch of strangers watch your videos or watch your piece of media. I'm very grateful for it. Everyone's really nice. Every time I look at the comments section, I always have like a laugh, always learn something or see something that I think, oh, well, that's nice to hear and stuff like that. Even if it's some sort of criticism. At this point, a couple years ago when it came to criticisms and stuff, I was a bit more jaded. I hear it and I'm gonna tear this suit, Jesus Christ. I'll just go like, oh, what's the big idea? Huh? I guess because a lot of criticism was masked by a lot of hatred. I think I tried to be a bit too funny in my video. I can't say it like that. Yeah, I tried to be a bit too funny, guys. And I don't think people liked it. And that's, like I said, that's fine, right? But a lot of that criticism that people would have had was masked under a lot of just like, oh, screw this guy. Just say something and don't care about his feelings, which I was a bit like jaded to. But now if I ever see it, I sort of just laugh it off. Because there is some things you can take away from it. You laugh at the hate, but you take away the what the person is actually trying to say, and that really does help with the video making process. It gives you an idea of certain things. I remember this one guy. He would, every time I make an Iceberg video, he would comment and give it some sort of like critique. I really appreciated his opinion, and then one day he just stopped. And I thought, what the hell? Where'd you go? Then I never really thought about it until I got a message from him on Discord saying, hey, you remember me? I did this stuff. And I went, oh my god! Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, so some things like that I really appreciate. And I can definitely see certain YouTube accounts, certain people commenting on my videos every time I upload something. And don't you worry, if you're a consistent commenter on my videos, I recognize you. I have them all in my head. Trust me, I know it and I appreciate it, so thank you. YouTube community, fantastic. Couldn't ask for a more lovelier community. You guys are amazing. And basically, thank you all. But now we have some other things in the community. We have the Discord. Well, I guess the official Sunflower Discord. It was set up by someone that watches the videos called Blurieo. He basically came to me and said, hey, you want a Discord? I could set it up. And so there we go. That was that. He set it up all professional. It was really well done. I didn't even realize Discord servers could be like that, honestly. I assumed it was like, okay, I'm gonna have to micromanage a bunch of stuff, but it's like, no, not really. And you ask a couple of fans or a couple of people in Discord, say, hey, anyone want to be mods? You got a couple of mods, you give them a little process for the mod applications, bum boom. You got a Discord running. And I'll tell you what, the initial start to the Discord, that was some chaotic fun. I always look back on it pretty fondly. What is it? I have some photos up here. Yeah, so as you can see here, we have drawings from videos and stuff like that, but most of these were from current or previous mods of the channel. So I thought, that's pretty nice. I keep them up there as a nice reminder of like, oh, this is where we started. This is nice. I like this stuff. But anyway, that was the Discord. Well, the start of it, and now in the present, we still have faces that have been there from the start, which I really appreciate. You know exactly who you are, all of you, so hey. And it's fun. It's a good way to talk to all of you. If you want to jump in the Discord, you can just say anything in general. General's not some sort of strict place where you can't post memes. Just post whatever, as long as it follows the guidelines, not to a T, but broadly. Then things are cool. We're pretty chill there. We're pretty cool like that. I like it. I should do more voice chats on there. I haven't done that in a bit. I'm not really sure what I do. I guess you just sit there, but then again, you just being in a Discord channel on your server can lead to some funny biz. So if I can handle the funny biz, then I don't see why not. I also have a Twitter, fun fact. I don't post on it much, but when I do, I don't know, usually it's like a video thing or like a small little small meme. If you want to follow that, you can. That's pretty cool. Also got a Patreon. Video access early. The uncensored videos. You can DM me on Patreon. You can comment on Patreon posts. And there are other things, right? I don't want to get too crazy with it. You're gonna have to maybe click that link down below and check for yourself. But it's just if you got some extra, if you want to support me in any extra way, that's a good way to do it. And shout out to my Patreons. You guys are absolute legends, man. Like, it's just really nice. I really appreciate it. It helps fund certain videos that require maybe some images, some commissions and stuff like that. So And I used to have an Instagram. I haven't used it in quite a bit. I mean, I'll put it in the description if people want to see it, but I just haven't used it in a bit. I don't know, I'm not really crazy about posting on Instagram. If I'm gonna post anywhere, it might be Twitter, YouTube, Discord. Ooh, okay, now this entry, this is one I really wanted to talk about, because I think it's quite interesting. It really puts into perspective just how much reach your videos have, and that's haters. Now, I have talked about people that have, said some hateful things in my comment sections, and, I've just looked at it but taken the criticism from it, because that's just what hate is. It's just there's criticism lying underneath all hate. Or at least I think so. And obviously I do have people that criticize my videos fairly, and I do appreciate that over the hate comments, but at least you still get some sort of criticism from that you can use in your next video, or use to make your next videos better. And this isn't me saying go spout a bunch of hateful comments and stuff like that, and I'll take it as criticism. Please no. I'm not saying to go and put hate comments in my videos or other people's videos because they're gonna take it as criticism, but I'm just saying the ones I've seen, I've been able to do that. But there's not really anything crazy notable. There's one specific notable thing, and that is my Zelda Iceberg video. Basically, I made that video. It was doing the rounds. It was kicking ass. And a lot of people, or not a lot of people, a rare amount of people, maybe like a 5% of the people that watched, didn't, had something to say about it in a negative light, which is fine. Alright, whatever. But then someone made an entire video, another Zelda Iceberg video, and one of the things he said in it was that he saw my video and he said it was not that good, or something like that. It says, I've got the quote right here. He said, really just not that good. First of all, if you do know who this creator is and the video, don't go linking it, don't go going to it. I'm not gonna name it. I'm not gonna name the creator. I don't want people just running over there and whatever. I don't even think the guy needs to be name dropped anyway to begin with. Basically, that started a shit show. I remember I was streaming and someone said, you should take a look at this guy's video because he said this, and I watched the clip.
To do Zelda because the only video covering it is really not that good. As well as that, the topics within said
I just started laughing. I thought, like, what the hell? Someone has name dropped me, or at least looked at my video and said this is poopy. I'm making my own video. I thought that was so fucking funny. But then I noticed I refresh the video every so often, every day, and I noticed the comment section, and I think it was at first it was a good maybe 60-40 my way of people saying why are you just dogging on this dude? That's not how you open a video. Why would you do that? That's so rude. And then you have the 40% of people going yeah, that video sucked. Your one's way better. Good job. But then that slowly fizzled away as I got more and more support in the comment section, or I feel like I did. Then I even had, I think one of my friends, yeah, I'm pretty sure he got top comment on the video because he said hey, Don't disrespect my man Sunflower like that. He just wants to do some Clocktown raps and stuff like that. That was funny. That's the same friend that got me to say addicted. So thanks. No, but seriously, that was a hell of an experience. And then every now and again, maybe every few months or so, I would check the video, have a look at the comments section. Just it's just so interesting seeing almost like a fight in the comments section. It's nothing like a fight. Almost like a fight. It was just so interesting to look at. I think it was more interesting because it related to me. If it related to someone else that I knew, I'd probably find it interesting and check as well. But because it's personal to me, I thought, oh, this is interesting. I'll just keep checking it every now and again. And then recently I went to check it because I hadn't checked it in, probably a year or something. And unfortunately, the video's been taken down. I don't know where it went. Just gone.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
And straight to the point video discussing the updated Iceberg. I might reference a couple of topics from the old...
Is that what people want though? I don't know, whenever I think of Iceberg, I don't think people want just this short analysis and a few things. People want to know, that's the whole point of it, right? You're talking about so many theories that if you're just skimming over them, then what's the point? I feel like people come to watch Iceberg videos to listen to a bunch of theories as in-depth as they possibly can.
As well as that, any topics that I deem uninteresting in both icebergs will not be included in this video.
See, in just saying that, like, you don't think it's interesting, so you're not going to put it in. Like, what? Oh, boy! I didn't think people even did stuff like that, but okay.
As far as my own knowledge, for each...
To the creator's credit, though, it was a good video. I thought it was good. I even left a comment saying, like, I think it's good. No hard feelings on what you said. I didn't take it bad. So yeah, that was that. That was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting time of my life when that first happened, I'll tell you what. I thought that was like, whoa. But now there's also a little smaller hater. I don't know where this person went. Their YouTube channel name was something like, pretty much saying that I suck, or something like that, right? Or that I'm shit. And this guy would just comment on a few videos every now and again, and then I don't know where that guy went. He commented on like 2 videos and then peaced out. Where is he? Come back. I miss you. I miss you. Come back. Come back. This is your home. Oh, and one last thing. Here's something very interesting. So I made a Mario Tennis Aces video a couple years ago. This was before Iceberg. And that's actually good. Before Iceberg, after Iceberg. Anyway, this was BI, right? BI content. And I made the video. It did alright. A couple weeks later, someone made a very similar video. And I thought, like, I didn't think anything of it. I thought, whatever. But then my brother commented on his video saying, hey, did you by any chance take this video idea from this creator? With this creator being me. And he deleted my brother's comment. And I thought, huh, that's strange. Like, this Mario Tennis Aces video only got, I think at that time, like a couple hundred views. It was maybe even less. It was so hidden, right? That someone actually found it and might have copied the video idea and made it his own is crazy to me. And even if that were the case, share the love around. That's alright. If I make a video and you want to do something similar, go for it. All power to you. As long as you're not copy and pasting everything I say, what do I care? Anyway, I'm gonna keep my notes here because this is a big one, but we have YouTube buddies. Now, naturally, during your YouTube process, you will inevitably make YouTube buddies. And who are these guys? Well, they're whoever you want them to be. They can be people you collab with, people you talk to behind the scenes, people you bounce ideas with, stuff like that, right? And firstly, let's talk about the ones you'll recognize the most. And the first one I think we need to talk about is Big Marsh. Now, Big Marsh, he's awesome, alright? He's a great guy, really like him, good buddy. So, how did this friendship sort of start? Well, firstly, when I first started making, this was AI, after Iceberg, the Mario 64 one, he was one of my first early subscribers. I think he was like when I had under 200 subscribers, he was one of the real ones that was there. And I remember making a 200 subscriber special at 1,000 subscribers or something. And he left a question saying, hey, I forgot what the question was. And then he said, by the way, don't do an Animal Crossing Iceberg, I got this. And I went, my man, you got this. And sure enough, he did get this. And it was a fantastic video, and that started off his little Iceberg career right there. And then from there we became buddy, and the rest is history. I mean, I've been on some of his videos, he's been on some of mine. I've seen him do his live streams every now and again, when I'm able to catch them, because usually he streams when it's like 3 or 4 in the morning here, so obviously I'm gonna miss it unless he does a later stream. And it's always nice. It's always nice to see, nice to say hi, good to chat. But where is he now? Where is he at? I don't know, I think he's going through some creative exploration, I suppose is the word for it. Yeah, maybe you'll see a video from him soon. Maybe you'll see some other stuff from him. Hard to say. But he's awesome. But now the next person, well, I've just talked about him before, but NEScRETRO. Now, how did this origin story happen? How did we become buddy? From what I can remember, he commented on one of my videos, and I'm pretty sure he asked, like, hey, I'm gonna do something similar to what you're doing, is that okay? Something like that, and I went, yeah, of course, man. And when you finish, and I told him, when you finish it, just, like, send it to me somehow, or, whatever. And from there, well, I got his Discord, And then we started chatting on there, you know, all buddy like, you know, bouncing ideas, you know, doing what homies do. They talk about things and whatnot. From there, obviously the collabs and stuff like that. And then he makes his own videos, I make my own videos. Now, I guess, I don't know, just like with Big Marsh, like, I don't know, just don't really talk to Ness really too much either. I'm making this kind of sound, like, I'm making this sound very, very bittersweet, very, very somber, but I guess maybe it is a bit, you know, you have some friends that you talk to a bunch, and then one day just, you don't really think about it, you both just stop talking to each other. Stuff happens, people move on with life. I know that I am definitely in a different stage in my life compared to like 1 or 2 years ago. I know that Big Marsh is definitely, I know that Ness is definitely as well. But you know, you hold on to the memories that you have, and it's not like they're gone, you know? And you know, hopefully you'll look out for some videos from Big Marsh and NEScRETRO. But moving on from there, I really tried to get as many people in this as I could. If I've forgotten your name, oh my god, I am so sorry. Like, I am so sorry. I've written a massive list of people, and that's all the homies I've met off of YouTube and doing YouTube, and here are the homies that I know in person, which was Harru and KyberQ. Firstly, I met KyberQ in university first year. Best mistake of my life. That is not the way I should put that. Alright, let me give you context. Context is basically I screwed up my class allocations, so then one semester I had one less class than the other, so then I was like, oh well, I guess I'll make it up in the summer. So I did that, and that's where I met KyberQ. And that mistake was one of the best mistakes I've ever made in my life, because I met some absolute legends off of him, and he himself is an absolute legend. You know, he's a great artist, so whenever I need something commissioned, he's one of the first people I go to. Him and Harru, also known as Harry. I met him off of KyberQ. One day we were just at university, and he's like, hey, well, let's go get lunch. I'm gonna invite my friend as well. Cool. That friend was Harry. And, you know, still a pretty, you know, still a good buddy as of this day. Absolute legend, he is. I see him every now and again. They both, Harry and KyberQ both have their own YouTube channels. You know, it's a nice big group. Nice lot of people that I know, and I'm really appreciative of them. So, it's all nice. And you know what is nice? Soda Jump. Now, what is Soda Jump, you might be wondering? Well, it's my second channel that I have with Harru, right? And what we did was, this has never been done before. Listen to this, right? We play video games unedited, no face cam, and we upload it to YouTube in 20 to 40 minute bites. No one's ever done that before, so that's why we decided we wanted to do that. And I think it's, I thought it was very fun. I didn't realize how much of a commitment it was at first. I don't think we both did, but we were happy to do it, and we did so much. We played a few games, like the new Metroid that came out, not the newest one that came out, the 2D scroller one, the Legend of Zelda, the one where Link's in a whale or something. Shit, I forgot what it's called, goddamn. We're playing some Sonic Adventure as well, but sort of stopped there. Why did we stop? I don't know, we just got to a point where it's like, you know, we're doing it every week, and I guess it got a bit difficult. Not really anyone's fault. Life happens as well. Yeah, we made an update video on like, oh, where we been at? Where is Soda Jump in? That the live, you know, it was like almost like a vlog, and I kind of liked that. I thought that was cool. I'd be very down to do something like that again in the future. But we just gotta organize it, kind of thing. And that also brings me to channel artists. Now, the main ones being Harru and KyberQ, which pretty much anytime I've needed some art done, one of them has always been available to do so, or both of them. I think one of their biggest things they did was the Splatoon Iceberg Part 1 and 2, the transition videos, and from, you know, transitions from each layer to layer. I think there were a few images in the video as well that they created, but those were fantastic, man. I was so happy with them. I thought, like, this is good. This is creating a good story in between both videos. Splatoon 3 had one as well. The story was a bit happier, less gloomy. But I really enjoyed doing something like that for that. Maybe I'll do that in another Iceberg video in the future, perhaps in another Splatoon one. Who knows? Oh, and also obviously the more key examples are the Valley of the Flood. They created all of the images together. I said, oh, let's do like some sort of like rough, like it's on some sort of piece of paper, crudely drawn. roughly drawn, so just outlines of people, and I thought it looked really good. I thought it worked really well. And I think this was mainly KyberQ on this one. I think all of it was KyberQ. The Elden Ring Iceberg video, I got him to do a few images, and oh my god, like they looked phenomenal. I think their art's great, so if you want to check out their stuff, obviously I'll have it all linked down below. Oh, and can't forget, my channel art is made by Harru as well, so there you go. But there's one person I can't forget, Emilio, or as he goes by as well, Emilio Vargas, I think that's how you say it. I don't know, I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but this is an artist that reached out to me a couple years ago and said, hey, I really like your stuff. If you want some sort of commission from me, I can give you one for free as like a try kind of thing. Gilbert's not there anymore, but there was a redrawing of Gilbert that I had him make for me, and that redrawing was used in the Splatoon Iceberg Part 1 video. And recently on the Discord, we had 2 people, they know who they are, they're absolute legends, that came up with some mascots for the channel. One was Hem, which is just an octoball. You may have seen it in one of my videos, I think the last April Fool's video I did. And then we had some sort of like Kirby redraw where he looks like some sort of crazy guy called Habamato. That guy's epic. I love that little guy as well. And I said, okay, this is it, I gotta get these drawn. So I went to Emilio, got it done. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I really appreciate everyone's efforts for everything that people have done for my channel, that have done for me. Now we have the last entry for this layer. This is a doozy. Crashing it into my face, full version. Now, what is crashing it into my face? That is a song I made, the Clocktown rap, that I did at the end of my Zelda Iceberg video, because someone had made some sort of like alternate versions of music from Ocarina of Time, and I just saw that and I went like, I should make my own version of a song from Majora's Mask. And I made a rap song.
Got your girl's titty in my hand, her pants are down, I'm about to embrace. Cheeks are huge, well I'll be damned, crashing it into my face.
That was fun to make. That was really an experience. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was hilarious. In that sort of like, you don't look at that and go, wow, this is a very complicated and articulate joke, like this is hilarious. It's that sort of like, that goofy cringe sort of humor. I like that kind of stuff. And I said at 100,000 subscribers I'd make a full version. It would be tough, but I think I should stick to my word. I sort of thought, why not make one for this milestone as well? So Gilbert, wherever... He's not there anymore, I forgot. Gilbert, someone just, roll the clip. Alright, here we go again. Got your girl's titty, cheeks so huge, well I'll be damned. Nothing will ever stop this moon crashing it into my face. This is becoming way too much, cheeks are crashing, I'll be defaced. Need a new place to take the crunch, crashing it into my balls? Holy moly, this is it, preparing for when the moon falls. A horrible sin I'm gonna commit, crashing it into my balls. Looking out through the observatory, a tear drops, the end calls. A tasty, salty, bitter and savory, crashing it into my balls. Oh shit, man, you know how it is. Hey. Ooh. Crashing it into my balls. Can we just give a round of applause? That was phenomenal. I don't know who that guy is, but that was incredible. That guy, Little Sunflower, he must be so talented. He must be just crazy for reals, man. Like, that's just, wow. That was sensational. That was incredible. I hope you all enjoyed that. Hopefully we'll see more of him at 100,000 subscribers. And that was layer 2. That was a big layer. This whole video, this whole Q&A, I didn't realize it was going to be this long, but hopefully you're all sticking around and hopefully you're all enjoying it, because I am enjoying, talking about this stuff and sharing all this behind the scenes stuff and, all this did you know sort of facts with you all. So hope you'll all stick around as we dive into layer 3. starting us off, we have Animated Sunflower. Now, you're probably thinking like, what is this? With a lot of these entries, you're probably thinking that as well. This Animated Sunflower was KyberQ's, well, I guess, drawing of me that he used in the Mario movie that came out in, was it the 80s or the 90s? That one. The one that just literally looks like some sort of cyberpunk film. It was bizarre. Awesome film, by the way. Very, very good film. But he used, to animate myself, he drew up a sunflower, gave it a mustache, and then gave it a little, one of those little devil things. What are they called? Devil horn. Devil toothpick. Pick. I don't know. Whatever it's called, right? Gave him one of those. But during that time, I did have a mustache that was like, I wonder if I can sort of twirl this like this. I could pretty much... Shit, I gotta go. I'm gonna rock this for the whole video. Basically, I had a very long mustache I could twirl. Twirl just like this, right? Even longer. That was something. That mustache. That was, I've never woken up with so much hair in my mouth in my life. Literally wake up, I got a whole mustache in my mouth. So bizarre. But, had a bit of just this for a little bit, and then goatee here and there. He did that, and I thought, that looks incredible. Incredibly cursed, but looks really good. So I'm glad I get to talk about it and share that all to you. Now that you've seen that, you've probably got a few questions to say the least, so let's start off at Pocket Planes, Hints and Tips. Yeah, first video on the Sunflower channel. Really old, really tried my best there. I used iMovie. Now if you've ever worked with iMovie, you'll know that it's good, but it can be a bit restrictive. And you could definitely tell this was made on iMovie, just with the transitions, the way the text looks, stuff like that. But that video surprisingly, like, got alright amount of views. It didn't get a lot of, got more dislikes than likes because, you know, you just have some squeaky kid telling you how to play while being very, brash, I guess, in the way he speaks and stuff like that.
I'm going to be giving you hints and tips for Pocket Planes. So I'm pretty sure you should know where Europe is and where America is, because if you don't, you have balls stuck in your head. I swear to God. Also, like terrorists, they can't get the drugs through, which is just great, because all the terrorists are just fat. Keep on buying these types of planes, because it takes a while before you can get the new planes. Isn't that right, Suntroll? You mean?
It was clearly my magnum opus, and Pocket Planes Hints and Tips 2 confirmed? No, I'm not gonna go there. And I should explain Suntroll as well. Suntroll, that guy was literally, like I said, sunflower with a troll face for its face. That bit on my channel, that was just, I don't know, man. I can't even explain it. In the moment, I thought this is a great idea. I just thought, yep, this is it. This is what I want. This is what I need on my channel right here, right now. So yep, I did that. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the back and forth between, like, two characters. Like I said, on a YouTube channel or something like that, but I think Suntroll really, I don't know if that was it, man. I don't know. I think in one video, it might have been the Pocket Planes one where I just beat him. Like, I'm just like, you know, making noises like that into my fist and going like, I'm just beating him up for something. I don't even remember why.
Of money. I used to have $452,000. Then I spent it on plane slots and other airports. Don't lie, man. I know you're lying. Shut up, Suntroll. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. Well, subscribe to me and bye. Yeah, bye, man. Oh, that's it.
Abuse my Suntroll, man. I don't know. And now the final entry for layer 3 we have is the podcast I appeared on. I am furious. I am mad that I didn't find this podcast link and share it around when I did. Because this was AI, after Iceberg, right? After the Mario one, I got a message from some guy on Twitter saying like, oh, maybe it was after the Zelda one. One of those ones, right? Got a message saying, hey, like, this is crazy, this Iceberg stuff you're doing. Would you like to be in a podcast of mine? Where it's like some sort of like college podcast. So I think it was one of those like those weekly ones or something they do on campus, where you can look at it if you have if you're on the campus, or if you have a link or something like that. I don't know, but I said yes, So naturally, we organized a time, did it. It took maybe 1-2 hours. He was asking me questions about like YouTube stuff and like, oh, like how I feel about all these new subscribers, views. Felt like a bit of a celebrity, you know? I was like, whoa, yeah, man, like, it was crazy, this stuff. And from there, he gave me the link to it and said, here you go, share it around if you want. I listened to it, I went, that's cool. And then I never shared it around. I completely forgot. I was so annoyed. And recently, for this video, I wanted to go check it to see if I can have it so I can show you all. And then his Twitter account's deleted. And I was like, no, it's gone. I don't have the link for it. I don't know what college you went to. If you're watching this and you know you're the one that did this, reach out to me, please, with the link if you have it. I really appreciate it. Actually, I just realized something. This, oh my goodness, is this lost media? Question mark? This is the only way I can describe it, is we talked for like 1 or 2 hours. It was for some sort of college or maybe even his own independent podcast, but I'm pretty sure college, one of those weekly ones or the ones that you get on like college radios sort of thing. I don't really know. The dude that did it, his haircut, it seemed like he was rocking like the completely buzzed off hair, like number 0 kind of thing. Big curly mustache, has a very casual look to him. If anything like that rings a bell to anyone, or if he's watching, reach out to me, let me know, pretty please. I beg you. I really do want to see it, just because it's an interesting thing to show to people. I can't believe I didn't even show anyone. I do a podcast. Okay, cool, it's done. Let's not show anybody. Like, what? Idiot. Hello everybody, Jack us off for the Q&A section. Trying to get a bit comfy. I've got a bunch of questions here from Patreon and from a YouTube post that I made, so we'll be going through them together. So firstly, we have the Patreon questions. All of these are from a Switch dog, and here we go. We'll go through them. Shout outs to a Switch dog. Let's start off with, where did the inspiration for the titular sunflower in your profile picture come from? It's a great question. Firstly, I had a sunflower icon that was just made in paint. It's just a sunflower with an XD on its face. And that was that. But then I sort of changed to I did it on Photoshop. I made some sort of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure looking sunflower. And then I changed it to just a zoom up image of a sunflower. And then I have the one that I have now, which is, well, it's the sunflower with like the 5 petals, and then basically I asked Harry, I was like, hey man, can you make a profile picture for me? And I said, I think I gave him like the worst description ever. I was like, oh, it's just a sunflower. And then he made that, and I went, that looks amazing. For everything, all the information I gave you, that's incredible, thank you. And that's how it was made. The original channel name, Sunflower41XD, what inspired that? Obviously, it was my Xbox name, Sunflower41, and then I just added an XD to it. Too easy. Now, will Harru draw more reactions for your sunflower avatar so you can become a true PNG tuber? I don't know. That's an interesting idea, but probably not. How did you come up with the lyrics to your musical magnum opus, Crushing It Into My Face? Well, a Switch dog, I sat down for 30 minutes to an hour and I just wrote down how I was feeling, man. I just this is a moon and it crashes into the interterminer. A moon is another name for an ass. An ass can crash into someone's face, and then from there the rest is history. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it was like a fever dream at this point. What's my favorite video game of all time? My favorite would have to be The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I think I've said it in a few of my Zelda videos that it's my favorite, but that is 100% my favorite game of all time. It's just, I just find it so magical. It can get lost in it. It's like some sort of world that, I don't know, I can't even describe just how, like, at home and how cozy it is of a place. You know, there's a lot of magic to it. A lot of things, I think, when I was a kid playing video games, it had a lot of things that I didn't really see in any other video game. How much to play Deltarune? I didn't realize people wanted to pay me to play something or look at something. I don't think I'd set like a goal to play a video game, if that makes sense. I see streamers do it. That's their own biz. If they want to do it, that's fine. But I don't think I'd be someone to do that. Thoughts on living in Australia? Do you like it? And why is it better than America? I like Australia. I really like living here. It's nice. Things are a bit expensive, though. Like when it comes to food and stuff like that. You know, but it's all nice. Like it's like you don't have to. Not everything is the same, basically. You can be very picky and choosy on where you want to hang out and the type of things you want to see, which I don't think a lot of places have. I remember talking about this to Big Marsh once, where I was like, I can drive 30 minutes, I'm at the beach. I can drive 30 minutes and I'm in a dense forest. I can drive 30 minutes and, I don't know, I guess I'm seeing buildings and stuff like that and lakes and whatnot. It's very, very varied. I can drive a couple hours and I'm at the snow. You know, it's like pretty nice, pretty good. I would say though that I'm not like super into, you know, like the full-on stereotypical like Aussie culture. Not really my thing, but you know, I do like seeing people having fun. Not my thing all the time, but I enjoy myself kind of thing. So there's a lot to do. I really do like Australia. But why is it better than America? I don't know, I've never been to America, so I can't really make the call there. I've only seen things from the outside and sort of just, you know, looked at it and gone. We have Sunflower. How are you feeling today? Thank you for asking, Switch Dog. I am so hot right now. It is so hot in my room. Am I sweating? I think I am sweating a little bit. It's just so warm. I wanted to wear formal wear, and I am recording this in the blistering heat. And my room is the hottest room in the house because it has the veranda, roofing, blasting light into my room. The veranda roof is white, because then it just bounces it back into my room, pretty much just amplifying heat. It's just terrible. It's like a sauna in here. But I'm feeling very good, thank you. Besides that, I hope you're doing well as well. And those are all the questions. And for the ones I didn't answer that you had sent me, I had already answered them within the video, so there you go. Thank you for your questions. Now, next ones are from YouTube itself. We have Ben11 plays 15. What made you want to become a YouTuber? I just enjoy the video creation process. I love editing stuff, especially. I love you know, production for videos. I'm more or less when it comes to production, like doing stuff on a computer, I think the most. I am like having this camera set up. I have remembered like, oh, how much I love setting up cameras and stuff like that for things, but I think what really shines for me in production is just doing stuff on a computer, like having, you know, recording stuff like gameplay or whatnot, or some sort of video. I think that's really fun. Obviously, I do like the pre-production stuff, you know, the research, scripting, stuff like that, but I think it's probably the weaker part of the video process for me personally, and I could even say that maybe with audio recording as well. Yeah, no, overall I love the process. And I thought, well, if I'm not going to have be on some sort of production team or working for someone else, why don't I just work and do it for myself? Because I like being in charge of my own stuff. So I thought, okay, perfect. You have a great platform. I have resources that I can use to create videos. Why not just do it? And there you go. I hope that answers your question. And now we have the next one from Lolololor. I'm assuming that's like Lololord Jr. I'm just reading that so silly. What's the best Sega Saturn game? That is a great question. You know, Lololord Jr., I've seen you a fair bit in my comments section, and I gotta say, you're a funny fellow. And now I should let's go have a look at some Sega Saturn stuff, hey? There we go, Sonic R. There you go, done. Sonic Racing. That's the best Sega Saturn game of all time. Have you seen the high speeds you can go? The way the game looks incredible. Have you heard that soundtrack? Can you feel the sunshine? I sure can. It's blasting through my window. And you know what? That just makes me love Sonic R even more. So thank you for your question. And the next one comes from Super Hambone. That's a very lovely name. What editing software do you use? I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I've been using it throughout high school for classes where I need to use it for, like, you know, media related classes, right? I used Premiere Pro and pretty much just learnt that through screwing around with things in high school, and I thought they were really fun. Yeah, I thought it was just I just got really used to using it. So then I've just stuck with it. But you know, it all comes to preference, really. I'd recommend Premiere Pro, but if you don't have the money for it, there are cheaper options that are just as good, but I'm just super used to Premiere Pro, so I'll just use that. Thank you for your question. And the next one is from Mr. White, BP6HC. What video was the hardest to make? Very good question. The first thing that did come to mind was the Elden Ring video, just because I had to play through the whole of Elden Ring, get every ending, do every NPC quest that I can. After that 90 plus hours of stuff, then I had to do voice over stuff, you know, all the audio stuff. I think it was 18 pages worth of things. And then I had to, you know, piece it all together, edit that, and I think the video took 3 months to make. So that was very challenging. But, you know, it's one of those things where it felt like a bit crazy at first where, you know, week after week I'm doing something, but, you know, I say it was worth it because, you know, I set some short-term goals rather than looking at the long-term one, because if you look at the end of the production, then it's like, oh my god, I have so much to do, but if you look at the short-term stuff chipping away, then it doesn't feel like that. And I'll tell you what, very rewarding video to make. I felt fantastic after making that. So thank you, Mr. White, for your question. And now we have Joel Colgrove asking, which one of your videos did you enjoy making the most and why? It's tough. It's a tie between like the Elden Ring video and the first Mario analog horror one for reasons I'll explain now. So for the Elden Ring one, this was like during a time where I was just very, very down about myself, bit angry, whatnot, and I needed some sort of creative outlet, so I thought, let's just make this massive Elden Ring video, because Elden Ring's big as it is, so let's find an Iceberg chart that can really live up to that, and I feel like I really did. And that video process took 3 months of making, but I was so determined with every day, just keep going and going and going. And then once the product was done, I felt so good to get out there. Even though it got like a couple K views in the initial stages, I thought it's out. Like I feel so good. Like this is such a big passion project. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, no regrets, man, for that one. The other one I was thinking of is the Mario analog horror video, the first one, because that was during a time where I was pretty much home alone for a lot, like throughout the day before my brothers would come home from either work or school or whatever. I was blasting the loudest music that I possibly could and was just going at it editing. Like at some points I had to pause it to listen to what I needed, but a lot of the times I just kept it going, just massive doof music, just going, keeping me going, and then, you know, I carry that hyped energy into the rest of my day for other things, and it felt really good, and I really enjoyed editing that. So thank you, Joel, for the question, and we'll be moving on to the next one by Mush9521. Do you plan to do more Iceberg videos? If so, what franchises? That is a great question, because it looks like I've probably abandoned Iceberg videos, but that's not the case. The thing with Iceberg videos is the craze has been going on for like, 2-3 years, right? 3. And a lot's been covered in those 3 years. So it's very hard to find new material and things that people haven't covered, if that makes sense. I think it's becoming more niche as time goes on, which I don't mind per se, but think that I've made a lot of those videos, and sometimes it's like, I look at what I've made and I go, oh, maybe I want to try something different, right? And that's just the case with the Iceberg videos at the moment. There's nothing that's really grabbed my attention for me to go, I'm making an Iceberg video about this either. Trust me, I've been looking around, I've been looking at suggestions people have left me. In the future, I've got some ideas in my head. Once those games release or whatnot, or those DLCs, then I'll be able to have a look at them and go, okay, this is worth making a video on. Or like, okay, I can make my own Iceberg, or hopefully someone makes one and then I can use that one as to cover and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for the question, Moosh, and now we'll be moving on to Reddit Creeps. Out of all the Iceberg videos you made, which one did you enjoy analyzing the most? And yes, I'm counting the Splatoon 2-parter as one Iceberg video for simplicity. That's a really good question. I don't really think there's a definitive answer for this. I think there's a few top ones and an honorable mention. Firstly, Super Mario 64, because of how it took what I knew as a kid and grew up playing, and then warped it into this new, pretty much like a new thing to experience, and I thought that was incredible, just the amount of stuff I could look at and talk about. The Zelda one I really enjoyed looking at, because I love Zelda, the series in general, and being able to learn more about the world and how some things intertwine and how some things are connected and whatnot, I thought it was pretty crazy, and the theories that come along with that. So yeah, that one too. Obviously Elden Ring as well. I love Elden Ring lore so much. I analyzed the hell out of that. There's all these weird tidbits that I know that I just think, well, now that I know them, it's like, oh, well, I have so much of an understanding of this world. If I play it again, I look at stuff and I go, well, I get why this is happening, or like I understand why this enemy is like this, why this character's like this, why this environment's like this. It's great. And an honorable mention goes to the the Fall Guys Iceberg. A lot of what was on there was inspiration from when I was streaming, people just throwing out ideas for something like that could go on an iceberg. And I took a lot of that, so thank you all for those amazing comments during the streams. So that gets an honorable mention because, you know, it's like this is something that I made, kind of thing, and I enjoyed editing it and putting it together and whatnot, so thank you, Reddit Creeps, for that question. And we have our final one from my brother. What is your best gaming memory ever? Also, what is your best YouTube memory ever? Well, for best gaming memory ever, the first thing that comes to mind is the Gears of War 3 open beta. That was or was it a closed beta? It was a beta, basically, but that was incredible. I remember thinking, like, no way. Like, why was I thinking no way? What's wrong with me? I was just in disbelief. There was just so much game there, and it was so much fun. Oh, one great one that comes to mind is when we played Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare together, and we unlocked the Platinum Trophy on the PlayStation 4. That was that was incredible. I remember we were listening to what song was it? It was Running in the 90s, but the Mama Luigi remix. That was amazing. That's something I'll just cherish for the rest of my life. Single player wise though, I think a lot of my favorite single player gaming memories are from either like when I was young or even now, where, well, I think majority are from when I was young because, you know, I'd have my DS with me and I know a lot of you have probably done this as well, but it's nighttime, it's, you know, your parents want you in bed by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then you jump into bed, open up your DS, you're playing the latest Pokemon. For me at that time was, well, it would have been Pokemon Diamond, that was the first one. Diamond and Pearl. On the DS, you're playing that, and then you hear footsteps, close the lid, under the pillow, honk shoe. Wait till the sound's gone, wait till all the footsteps are gone, back up, open it up. That's always gonna be some of my favorite memories. Remember this one, like a few times my parents would come into my room. That would always be something like that. And it's just this like childhood innocence as well that you get from video game memories from back when you were a kid. You know, as you grow up, you get, you know, you have adult responsibilities, so you look back on stuff like that fondly. And my favorite, what was it? YouTube memory. It was definitely, shout outs to you for doing this, but it was definitely when I hit 1,000 subscribers. You and Mom had bought me donuts in the shape of a 1,000. I thought that was incredible. Like, you cut one of the donuts, so it's like a 1, and then you had the 3, 1,000, and we sat there at night having donuts and eating them together with the rest of the family. I thought that was really fun. That was really nice. That was really sweet. I really appreciated that. I felt so special. I'd say that was probably my best YouTube memory. Some other notable ones are, you know, meeting YouTube friends and stuff like that, like I've talked about with Big Marsh, Ness, the others and stuff like that. Yeah, some of the memories that I look back on and go, oh yeah. So thank you for your question, and thank you all for your questions. I really do appreciate, you know, them. I thought that it'd be nice to cut things up with a Q&A, so there it is. I should get my jacket back on and get to the rest of the video, huh? So from here on out, Layer 4 and Layer 5 is going to have a bit more of a serious tone, just because the things I'm talking about are a bit more on the serious side, just because, you know, as you get lower and lower into Iceberg layers, this is just the stuff that comes up, because it's the least talked about things, coincidentally. Sometimes people just put spooky stuff at the bottom for the sake of being spooky, but this is more of the stuff that's like really not as known. And we'll start off with unused or scrapped videos. I have a lot of these. Not like a boatload, but, you know, I just have scrapped ideas or unused ideas that I just have as ideas just sitting there, but haven't really done anything with them. You know, I have some Iceberg ideas on what to make next, some analog horror videos I want to make on next, but haven't really done anything. Those are pretty much the majority of them. There's a few other things outside of icebergs in that, like other video ideas that stray away from all that. You know, the throwing, you know, the whole thing I've been talking about where I throw stuff at a wall, see what sticks, some ideas like that. One very notable video that I had scrapped that I was going to make was one on Dead Space. Now, Dead Space 1, not the remake, the original, I really love that game, and I wanted to make a video on it where I, you know, like overanalyze the hell out of it and talk about everything that needs to be talked about, right? If I had been scripting it the way I was for everything, this video would have been like 4 or 5 hours or something long. It was a big venture, because I remember talking about Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and that was 12 pages long, and I thought, holy moly, there is so much to talk about. I was going to talk about everything, like gameplay, characters, story, sound effects, hidden secrets throughout all the levels, and Ishimura and stuff like that. I was just going to talk about everything. I was literally sitting there, translating the symbols that are scribed, like written everywhere in the game to English and all this other stuff. Just doing that for ages after having, you know, played the game and recorded it all. But I don't know, for better or worse, my friend, when I got this new computer that I have, my friend used my 4TB hard drive and accidentally converted it into some like 8GB 8GB drive that holds a Windows 10 OS on it. I lost 2TB worth of video assets and stuff like that, so I had to try our best to find a way to get it all back, but we used the software and what we got back was all corrupted anyway. So unlucky, unfortunate, but you know, a bit of a blessing. I mean, I don't know how that video would have gone, how I would have been able to do all that stuff. Would have been an adventure and a half, to say the least, but the way that my channel's gone, I'd say, like, you know, something like that happening seems like a bit of a blessing in a way. But I have a small list here of video ideas that I was gonna take a look at. I had some more Elden Ring videos that I want to do. When the DLC comes out, I kind of want to make a video where, you know, I play through the DLC or play a part of the DLC, and if I die, spin a roulette wheel and I get like a punishment sort of thing. Then we also have more Realm of the Mad God videos. I feel like I've talked about that too. Like, what else is there to really talk about? More icebergs, like I said. Splatoon videos. When the DLC comes out for that game, I want to maybe play through that or make an iceberg related to that. Zelda videos. And we also have a video I want to do on Mario oddities. Like, look at a few games and look at really, you know, the odd stuff that is within them. We have Malice. That's a meme in itself. Malice for the PS2. That's a game I was informed existed by someone on the Discord, and there's a bit of a running joke on there. Final Fantasy VIII. I remember playing that game. I haven't finished it, but I played a good chunk of it and sort of thought, like, this is a depressing game. Ghostwire Tokyo, played that game last year. I thought I could make a video talking about how it's like the most slept game of 2021, something like that. But yeah, that's the list. And next up is unlisted and private videos. So here we are with my channel content, and basically, you'll notice that I have a few videos that are limited, but a lot of them that are private, alright? Some of them are quite tame.
Hi, this is Sunflower41XD, and this is my Black Ops 2 commentary. This is, you know, Express with dual band sniper. I like the sniper with, yeah, dual band. It's pretty nice. DSR 50.
Just like you always did with Call of Duty videos, every time you're doing a post-commentary gameplay sort of video, you always just tell people your loadouts, every time.
TAC 45, suppressed. I like that weapon, suppressed. It just, you know, feels right when it's suppressed. Gold stealthy.
Feels right, man.
Viper camo.
Yeah.
Party Rock.
Yeah.
And
Party Rock is in the house tonight, am I right? So that's pretty tame, right?
Hey there, my sunflowers. This is
there I go again.
Sunflower41XD, and yeah, I'm gonna be calling you guys sunflowers now. So get used to it. But yeah.
Why would I say? I guess there we go. There's the origins of why calling people sunflowers. What the hell, man? Oi. Get used to it, by the way. Get freaking used to it, alright? You're not used to it? Get freaking used to it. The reason why this one and many other Call of Duty videos or the Minecraft Let's Plays are private is because, like, I don't know, I look at them and I'm like, well, they don't need to be public, do they? I don't know. I don't feel like they need to. So those were all tame, right? But this one, Black Ops 2, funny sniper fails moments. I made fun of the mentally challenged and used the F slur in this video a few times, and I'm just like, I was dumbfounded. Okay, obviously for context, like, this is such a different time where all of that was just so common and so accepted, right? But looking back at it, it's literally the same thing as like you just look at something you did as a kid or said as a kid and you go, why would I say that?
God, oh my god.
Is it here?
Oh my god, this just camping here. Well, he's
Oh my god, okay, whoa, no one, not even Patreon's getting an uncensored version of that. Oh my goodness. So this will stay privated forever. I think when I privated it first, I felt like deleting it, but I think something like this is good to remind yourself of every now and again to see how far you've come. Not only as a person, but just in general when it comes to content. I see this and I think like, oh god, what a stupid little guy that's actually using it as like a proper insult against someone. Like, what the heck? But you know, let's cool down with one more thing. Minecraft Let's Play with friends.
scary as hell. What's a party? Yeah, I feel manly.
What was that? Like, I get that people would, you know, you put a highlight reel at the start of a video, but what were the highlights there? There's nothing going on. What a thug, straight up, what a thug, dude.
Hey guys, this is Sunflower41XD, and I'm playing my Minecraft Let's Play with my friends. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Alright, okay then.
Alright guys, let's actually start.
The horses sound scary.
I'm just like, I'm just dumbfounded for words. Was that even the right word? I'm so confused. I guess this is a type of content you make where you do it and you upload it no matter what it is. I guess, like as kids we were having fun with this, of course, but I guess there were clearly not any any content control. So there's something more lighthearted to end the unlisted videos on. Well, that was a trip or something down memory lane. You really think about stuff like this or what you say as a kid sometimes, you think, yeah, why do they do that? I'm sure you've all had something similar where, you know, you've said something as a kid or done something as a kid and looked back and gone, what? You live and you learn, and that's a great reminder about learning, I'll tell you what. But now for this next one, excuse me if I look at my phone for a bit, but I wanted to talk about gym. We go gym, am I right, guys? Now, okay, before you click away or like gym's not your thing, I was sort of using gym as a segue into like healthy habits or taking care of the body and the mind, because I think that's a pretty important thing, and it's something I really discovered last year and leading into this year especially. I wanted to talk about it. So why do I want to talk about it? Well, as my dot points say, it's fun, exclamation mark, and great, exclamation mark. Physical exercise is amazing. It's one of the, like, I could go on and on about physical exercise. It's something that I love doing. It takes my mind off things. It lets me channel my emotions through into something. A lot of people say that when it comes to, like, I've never been to therapy. I never thought I needed it, right? People have said to me, hey, you have some issues you're thinking about, you should go to therapy. And I think like, no, I can deal with it myself, or I've got friends I can talk to, right? And I don't think therapy is for everyone, and I think I've come to realize that physical exercise is a great way to do therapy if you don't like therapy. If you don't like sitting down with like a professional and talking things through and they sit there and they go, and I think it's a really good way to get out things, because I've noticed that, especially last year, I was in a pretty like angry state a lot. I was just angry at like the situation that I was in my life, right? And one thing that really helped was just pumping iron, like just picking something up and just going at it, putting it back down, lifting heavy stuff for 1 hour and putting it back down. That really, I was able to clear my mind so well and think about things mid sets, and also get my emotions out through physical exercise. And that's something that playing sports, and also it's about taking care of your vessel as well. You only get one of these, right? And I think a big eye-opener for me was when I tore one of my ligaments in my knee which is why I'm injured again, because, you know, someone pulled me down when playing basketball and my knee just wobbled because I'm missing an anchor point in my knee, right? So then it moves left and right if something big just comes out of nowhere and pulls me down, right? You only get one of these, right? I think it's something that you just need to take care of and not take for granted, because as soon as something that you have is gone and you take for granted, that's like an instant, you know, that's an instant switch on. You go, oh my god, I can't let anything like this ever happen to me again, whenever you lose something massive, right? And I remember after injuring my leg, it was swollen, I couldn't even run properly. I was still doing like so much physio. I remember playing basketball and I jumped to go grab the ball, and my leg mid-air, like the joints like this is where the knee is like right here, my joint in mid-air like wobbled like this, left and right, and it was a disgusting feeling. It was just so gross and I felt so bummed out. But then some guy on crutches walked into the park and he was missing a leg, and that's like the moment it hit where I thought, oh my god, I should be so thankful that I haven't lost a whole leg and it's just a ligament that I can just train my body into working without. And like I have, now I can actually flex my leg, I can run, I can jog, I can move side to side, and I'm missing a vital anchor point. I don't think I should play sport without a brace, or else my leg will wobble like that, but you know, it's I can still play sport. So what I'm trying to say is, don't take your vessel for granted, because you don't know when, you know, something could just go wrong one day and then it's just gone, or just anything in general in life. And also when it comes to taking care of your vessel, I think there are some healthy habits you can have, like, you know, what you put in is what you get out, basically. If you're putting in, you know, not the healthiest foods, then if you're not putting in good energy, you're not getting good energy out. Is the way I like to see it. And this isn't me trying to preach. The reason I say all of this is because I think that a lot of us come from a place of opportunity and a place in life where we grow up and we have a lot of things that we can do. We have a lot of options because of, you know, certain resources and stuff our families hold. And I think because of all of that, people can become very comfortable. I've been at that stage as well, where, well, a couple years ago, I was super comfortable, where I was, you know, just making YouTube video here and there. Of course, I liked making the Iceberg stuff, but I was never like, I was focused in on it, but I was never, like, I was okay with the pace I was going at, when I should have been going at a faster pace. And just other things in life, socially, who I was as a person, I was just comfortable at sitting at where I was. Not growing, not declining, just sitting there where I was. I think that's why it's just super important to consider these things, like what have I got to gain, what have I got to lose, and then go from there. And finally, for the last entry, we have the video creation process. So I just wanted to sort of talk about what I do for the video creation process. For starters, we work with an idea. I have an idea and I go, I would like to make this video. Let me research on it. So I research on it, and I think, okay, this is something I want to keep pursuing, or no, I don't want to do this, I'll think of something else, right? And then from there, that's where the research process properly happens, where I continue to look into more and more and more things about what I want to write about, and then start scripting it as well. For example, like the analog horror series stuff, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty simple when it comes to trying to create what you want to create. Basically, it's just, alright, well, I have this series of videos I'm going to look at, so I'll just look at them each one by one and then write it as I go. I really like that process. I think it's great because it already gives me a sort of like guideline on how I'm going to structure the video, whereas if I just find a topic, then I have to think about, okay, how am I going to structure this topic? So I think that's good. So yeah, once the research is done, then you have the production stage where you record audio, read it off the script, record anything else. If I need the camera, record that, record any gameplay stuff, any other video materials, get all that done. Once that's done, chuck up Premiere Pro, throw it all neatly into a new project. I try to put everything into folders so nothing is just cluttered everywhere, and I try to keep the timeline clean for the video, but you know, as just a tip in general, if you can keep your timeline and your project files clean, it'll really help with the editing process, because then you know where everything is, rather than it just being this big old mess of, you know, things stacked on top of each other. And then once that's done, I'll either have someone else, like KyberQ for example, making me a video thumbnail, or I'll make my own video thumbnail, have it all ready to upload, and usually I'll upload it on the weekend. For Americans, that is, it would be it'd be Friday night or Friday afternoon, but for my time it would be early Saturday morning, like 2 a.m. or something like that. I think that's a good time to upload. The process is good. I really do enjoy it. I think out of all of it, the post-production, which would be the editing, is my favorite, followed by the production and then the pre-production stuff, like, you know, researching, script writing, stuff like that. But that's that. That's layer 4 done. And now we'll be moving on to layer 5, the final layer. Let's start off with YouTube algorithm 04/02/2023. This has really perplexed me, and it draws back into that thing that I talked about where I said that maybe YouTube is sort of funneling people into certain content to create. So the example that I have is my Elden Ring Iceberg video where it got that resurgence of views. What I didn't say is when it got it. If you look at that date, you'll notice that it's very close to the date that Elden Ring DLC was announced. Now, I remember thinking, like, oh, that's odd. The video is getting a lot of views. I'm very thankful, I'm very happy, but it's a bit random. Like, usually stuff gets views or gets more views on a channel when something's being talked about, right? So for example, Splatoon 3 was going to release, so my Splatoon Iceberg videos started to get a bunch of views, right? A bunch more views, and I thought, yep, that makes sense. Splatoon's on the way, people are watching this. But I didn't see much Elden Ring discussion on the internet. Maybe I was pretty blind to it, people talking about it, but it just started ramping up for whatever reason. And then the DLC dropped. It didn't drop, but the information on it did. And that's where it clicked. It's like, okay, possibly. It's hard to confirm, but maybe YouTube, a week before the information was going to release, there was some sort of deal where YouTube would just funnel Elden Ring videos to people and then to hype them up, but people won't know what they're hyped for, and then the DLC is announced and people go, oh my god, I need to pre-order this now, or I need to remember this kind of thing. And it really makes you think just how this algorithm like truly does work. And there's a lot of other things that I try to consider as well, like for example, with my statistics and stuff like that, I noticed that only 3 videos are getting the bulk of my channel's views at a time. It's always 3. Recently, with all this recent content that I'm making, it's sort of bumped up to maybe like a 4 and a 5, but they're not getting as much as the other ones. So it's quite bizarre how that works. Is anyone else that's watching this make content and notice something like that as well? If you do, just leave it down below in the comments section and let us know about your experiences with that, because it's just really interesting to talk about and consider. There's just so much to try and understand and look at. Sometimes it can be a bit tough to figure it out what it is that may be a problem, but you just roll with the punches with something like this. You just got to keep going. That's what I found out with YouTube. You just one thing after another. Something doesn't go well, just keep going. Next one. It doesn't do well, it doesn't matter. It's up there now, just keep going. Look at your analytics, see maybe what's gone wrong, keep going, kind of thing. Now, here's an interesting entry. Shared dreams. I don't remember who told me this. I think it might have been in my channel Discord, but someone said they had a dream about me. Like specifically, I was in their dream, and I think they were watching a video of me. And it brought into question like, okay, I have content, I have my image, I have my brand up on the internet, I'm immortalized. I have it up on the internet, so someone is bound to think about me subconsciously, and then that goes into their dreams, or something like that, however dreams work. And yeah, it got me thinking like, how many other people would have done that? And it really makes you think, like even without the channel, I would think about that, like, oh, do people dream about me? But now that I'm up there, like on YouTube, it's like, okay, there is a higher possibility that someone's probably had a dream where I've been in it, right? And now my question to you is, have you had a dream about me? And if so, let us all know in the comments section, because I think it's just really interesting to talk about, especially since a lot of these icebergs have some sort of shared dreams entry on them. So I thought, here I am with my shared dreams entry. One thing I also think that would really make people dream about me is, I've gotten a lot of comments of people saying, yeah, I fall asleep to your videos and stuff like that. So if you're actively listening to someone or watching someone do something and you fall asleep, surely there's like a high chance of popping into your dreams, that person, right? I've done that before, you know, like certain people, I do something, spend the night going out, stuff like that, go to bed in my dreams. There you go, right? Makes sense. It's a lot to explain, a lot to consider, but you know, if you have any thoughts about it, let them all down below in the comment section. I'll be reading everything like always, so And now, for the final entry of this iceberg, we have... So firstly, I never really got a lot of this when I was, doing this sort of era of content where it was just like, oh, I just play a video game, whatever, right? Record it, edit it together, try to make it as funny and entertaining as possible, upload it. I never got it for that. But when I started in the after Iceberg era, that's when it started to happen, or specifically during the Mario 64 Iceberg video. So what I mean by this is I would do research on the topics being discussed and they would have an actual negative emotional effect on me. I remember like looking up all this really like Wario apparition stuff, all this stuff on like MK Ultra, all this stuff on it was all the spooky stuff that came with the Iceberg, you know what I mean. I could really feel it. It was like a heavy weight almost. It was weird. It was like I'm just looking at all these really, I don't even know, almost like it's what you get when you look at, if you expose yourself to things like very happy, cute things for hours on end, you feel comfortable, you feel nice, you feel happy. But if you're exposing yourself to really decrepit stuff or things that play on your mind, like, oh, what if this is really the case? What if Mario 64 is some sort of really spooky, crazy AI controlled game or whatever you want to call it? Then it really starts to play on your mind. And I remember this really vividly. I was going to bed one night after doing some editing. This was around the Wario apparition stage of the video, and I remember falling asleep. And I don't know if this was a lucid dream or some sort of hallucination or sleep paralysis. But I remember just looking up of my room, and I saw a Wario head, or like at least like when you close your eyes, you start to see shapes. Something similar to that. It was like a shape of Wario. I thought, what the hell? That woke me up a bit. But I eventually, went back to bed and all that stuff. But it really plays on you. And a lot of the other topics have done that as well. Like, especially when talking about, I don't know why, but like, talking about Splatoon, when you take away all the fun stuff and you're like, okay, death, all this other stuff. And then you sort of think, like, what the hell is this game? Like, this is a kid's game with these very mature things and you're constantly being exposed to it with research and it gets you down a bit. I guess the more horror or creepy videos that I made are good examples of this research aura or negative emotional aura, which obviously I could talk about the do not search this thing on YouTube or that video. Looking through all the videos there, I thought, what the hell is going on? And then having to look at it all day and research is pretty taxing. Even some of the analog horror stuff, I'm able to separate it from reality. I'm like, these are just stories or theories, like when we're talking about Iceberg stuff, theories that someone has made up that may probably, most likely, 100% not be true. But just the thought of it actually existing and the story and narrative that comes with it and how it changes the perspective of things is quite, quite negative, right? In that sort of sense, if you want to relate it to negative emotional aura. Like, for example, if you're researching something that's really taking a toll on you, going outside or taking a break and doing whatever you want, doing something like that is a great way to feel much better. And then to, clear your mind and then get back to it. Like I've talked about how you only get one of these, one body, one mind. You should always take care of it as much as you can. If you have the time, you should definitely do that. But don't get me wrong, these small things don't take away from how much I love making YouTube content. This is probably, my dream job. This 100% is. I enjoy it every day. Like I've said, I wake up, I give myself a nice breakfast, and it's not like I wake up late. I wake up early, give myself a nice breakfast, om nom nom, go work on my computer for however long, have lunch, work, small breaks in between, just work until I got something on, like dinner at home or dinner out with friends or going out with friends to do something. And then you got so much flexibility in time as well. I literally, if I wanted to, I can go, okay, I'm going to work from 8 o'clock till 10 today. And then from 10 o'clock to lunchtime, I'm going to go out and see a friend. It's incredible. It's great. I love it. I feel so, it's such an honor to have something like this, a passion, something I'm passionate about and being able to make a living off of it. And I also have you all to thank for that as well, because without an audience, I'm just a guy making content for the void, basically. And, everyone's, I hope I hope people that do want to continue making their own channel or want to make their own channel don't feel decentivized to do so because they won't start off with a massive audience. That's not how it goes. Unfortunately, you do have to start off with a small audience, and that's okay. I mean, when I first started making videos seriously, I was sharing to my private Instagram to like friends and family, and obviously they can't be the bulk of your audience. Your audience has to be natural. They have to naturally come to you. So it just takes time. It requires a lot of patience, but I really enjoy it, and if it's something that you're passionate about or you want to try getting into, I think that you might enjoy it as well. So if you want to take that creative leap, go for it, because this is a job I never want to lose. And that was the Sunflower 50,000 subscriber special Iceberg conquered. Thanks for watching. I've said it so many times, but thank you all for getting me to this stage for my YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm struggling for words because I'm so gobsmacked, dumbfounded. There you go. So dumbfounded in the sense that I just can't believe that I have an opportunity like this. I never would have seen something like this ever happening. I honestly thought I'd just get an office job and that was that, but this is incredible. Like, I can't thank you all enough for this amazing opportunity you've all given me, and, you know, I've got more content coming soon. But of course, we can't have a video without a shout out to my lovely patrons. You guys are absolute legends, and I'll catch ya in the next one. Whew.